Hello, how do you do? How you been? It's Sush in the booth, back with the truth. Today we have a new topic. Today's topic's a little interesting one. Today's topic is going to be, what if all animals were the same size? Hi, call me Sush, and I'm here to tell the truth. We in the booth, and these bars we making sounding kinda smooth. Spitting fire, burn the stew, so we had to hold the roof. Got too much drift, you need a cruise. I'ma speed it up times two. Yes, it sounds kind of crazy. All animals the same size makes no sense, right? What would happen? What would be the effects? Who would win? Would humans still reign on top? Let's find out. To start, to be honest, we'd be pretty screwed if all animals were our size. I'm talking also like insects, bugs, everything ranging from the same size, around the same dimensions, give or take. Oh my god, it would just be mayhem. I don't even know how to start because I don't think people realize how much animals would actually easily just eat us without even a second thought if we were eatable to them. Other than, I would say, dogs. I guarantee like every animal would eat us if they could. Every pet, every animal. I'm talking like for the pets, I'm talking lizards, definitely frogs, fish. What else do people keep as pets? I don't know. Hamsters, guinea pigs, rats, ferrets, snakes. Most pets would already eat. Like if you became their size, where they could eat you, they would definitely eat you off the bat already. First of all, so yeah, pets would no longer be a thing. Dogs, I'd still keep a dog because that'd be pretty cool if a dog was like as big as me. But a dog, I trust more. Most other like cats, I don't think I would trust a cat to not completely destroy me if it was my size. I'm gonna be real. I don't dislike cats, but I wouldn't trust it to not eat me if it was my size. So yeah, that would be pretty crazy. That would already in your own home, most people would be getting eaten if the animal could escape. Now let's talk about outside the home. So to start, the worst thing that I can already think of off the bat that I don't think people realize how disgusting and just downright diabolical insects are. Like there are insects that will paralyze you and put eggs in your body, and then when the eggs are born, the eggs eat their way out and then make more eggs in your body all while you're still alive. Could you imagine just living the rest of your life as a human nest while the bugs feed on the nest until you're just dead and you just have to sit there the whole time while it happens? Oh my god. I would never, the worst thing you could do to encounter is a bug that's the same size as you. An insect. If you face an insect that's the same size as you, you're pretty much done. I don't know why. It kind of pisses me off sometimes that humans have zero weapons. I don't know why. Like, why do we have no weapons? All we have is like flat teeth. That's it. And we can punch. But all these weapons, man, they have like poison and knives and piercers and wings and all this wild stuff. And we don't have nothing. Like, I don't know. The last thing I would want to do is just run into any kind of insect. If you run into a spider, oh, you're done. A spider web, you're getting all your blood sucked out of your body. You have no choice but to wait until the spider gets hungry, which is also terrible that these bugs have to wait to get eaten. Could you imagine? Imagine getting caught on a web, because we don't think about it as insects. You just look at an insect on a web and like, okay, whatever, that's just another day. But imagine yourself actually being caught on a web while you wait for something to get hungry to eat you, while you have nothing to do but just hopelessly wait. Like, what do you even think about? What do you, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter what you think about because you're gonna be eaten anyways. But I don't know. I just find it crazy. Oh my god, I could go on and on about the bugs because there's just so much disgusting insects. There's this one insect, I don't remember what it's called, but it buries like quicksand, and then as you fall into the quicksand, it throws more sand at you, and then it's at the bottom of the hole and waits for you to fall in to just eat you. And it's just, there's just so much awful bugs that you just would not want to encounter, believe me. And these bugs, the way these bugs eat other bugs, like if you ever look at a praying mantis, the way it eats other insect is wild. It doesn't kill it first. It eats them like while they're alive, and it will start with whatever it grabs first. So if it grabs you like and your face is facing its mouth first, it will just start eating your face. They don't care at all. They'll start with the eye, then the lips. They don't care. They'll just start eating your face. If they start with the back, it's not like it's any better because that's even slower of a death. You know what I mean? It's from the like, oh my god, like the man. Nah, bro, they're wild. The only weapon we have is our brain. It's the only weapon we have. I guess it's taken us pretty far to become the biggest predator on Earth, but we also at least are, you know, we already have to deal with predators like mammals and all that. But like insects, if you had to deal with insects, I don't even know if humans will honestly win that battle. That's a battle I don't think we could win because insects are like will come right into your house and just start like doing whatever they want. They don't give a fuck. They don't give two shits. I don't even know if insects have like a thought process or other than just like death, torture, you know, evil. so so yeah, that'd be pretty wild, you know. And then to add on to that, I guess if we could still build homes, we'd be protected from other animals. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how well we would be protected. Mostly I'm thinking about the insects, but I'm thinking, okay, because if we're to talk about, you know, other but then again, I mentioned frogs earlier as a pet, like a pet that would attack you, but in the wild there are a lot of frogs too, and I never really took in like that. The frogs would be a really, aside from the insects, I think frogs and toads would be another huge problem because toads and frogs eat a lot of bugs, but they also don't care what they eat. Like they'll eat rats, they'll eat other frogs, they'll eat birds, they'll eat whatever. They don't care. That's the thing. So easily, if a frog, and frogs are another kind of one of those creatures that like, if it were to really be a giant, it's actually terrifying because you ever look, you look at a frog and like, there's no thought, like not a single thought process behind its eyes. There's nothing. Like you could stack up 10 frogs on top of each other and they won't even like process that they're being stacked up. Like they just don't care. The only time they care is when there's like food, something they can eat. And then they just lock on, they just stare at you. Still no thought, but they're just locked on to eat you and they just stare at you and then they just run and eat you. Like it's wild and they'll eat anything. They'll literally eat anything. So we definitely have a huge problem with frogs eating humans. I guarantee they would love to eat humans. Birds would be another huge, oh my god. Eagles and all those kind of birds, man. A lot of these birds aren't even scared of humans already as it is, like with the size that we are. Like whenever I go to a beach or something like that and I have food, these birds, these seagulls, man, I hate seagulls by the way. These seagulls, they swarm down so ready to just like take all your shit. And it's like, yo, I'm like 50 times your size. And you don't even care. But you know, that's the life of them. So imagine if now these birds and these eagles are all our size. We'd be getting swooped up and picked up and taken away by the minute. Every minute, at least one person would be getting swooped up a day. Or every minute, what am I saying? It would just be pure mayhem. Maybe though, then at that point, if we ended up being the same size as other animals, humans would work together more and kind of come up with a better way to survive. We'd have no choice, right? Actually, then again, humans are humans. They're probably still not going to try to work together. Even if there's literally a threat of bugs laying eggs inside of their body, they're not going to work together. Well, I guess I shouldn't assume that, right? Because the only way we get better is if we hope for each other to actually get there. So I want to assume that we won't get better, but it would definitely be hard. It'll definitely be hard for us to work together to get by defeating frogs and seagulls just to survive. You know what I mean? It makes you think about the struggle of a lot of these animals in nature, because a lot of animals, as soon as they wake up, they have the threat of just death, and not a regular death. I'm talking about a gruesome death, like being eaten alive, shredded to death. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be an animal in nature. It just sucks. I guess unless you're at the top of the food chain, but you still have to look for food at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want to be an animal. Oh man, you would not want to be an animal. If you ever heard of a Komodo dragon, those things their saliva is very poisonous. And as soon as they bite into you, it just destroys your muscle fibers. Like your muscle fibers become dust pretty much. And then it just follows you. Imagine if you got bit and you knew you were slowly dying as something was just following you. Like, it's not even trying to rush. Like, it doesn't even care. It's not in nowhere, because it knows you're gonna die eventually. You're just gonna start running eventually. And then as you're on the ground in pain, you just see this big lizard slowly just walking up to you, sliding up to you, and then just start taking bites out of you. That's the worst part, is that the venom paralyzes you, but you still feel everything, and you still, you're still alive while it eats you. And they don't start with the head; they like to go for like your guts. So they'll just start ripping out your guts and insides to slowly eat you, and you won't die for a while. So yeah, that's being the size of other animals would actually be the worst thing to happen. Honestly, it would be the worst thing to happen. I don't know exactly how we would be as a society right now if that happened, but it would be very interesting to see how it would go, how we work together, what would be our main. I can't really think about what would be our main predator. I feel like our biggest predator would be insects, because insects are just fucking terrifying. They're like little aliens, but well, they're not terrifying, but at the same size as us, then they're terrifying. That's when it's actually horrifying if you think about it. And insects close up, like, you see insects tiny, but when you actually look at them like enlarged close up, their faces are straight out of just like horror nightmares. Just look up any insect's face close up, and it would literally look like the worst nightmare you'll ever see in your life. It's actually so wild. So yeah, you don't want to run face to face with that thing with the same size as you. I think so. All in all, I think if we were the same size as other animals, we'd be fucking screwed. I think our population would be diminished to at least half, and I don't know what else. I don't think our survival would be way more crazy. It would be way harder to survive. Like, the things that we worry about now would only be a dream of worrying about if all other animals were the same size as us. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. It kind of was like that before the meteor struck down and killed the dinosaurs, but luckily we weren't there when that happened. So it's a good thing. But yeah, in conclusion, if all animals and humans were relatively the same size, we'd all be screwed. We'd probably lose half our population or more. Anyways, it's been a while, so I'm gonna stop talking here. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about a little bit how crazy animals can really be and how fucking messed up and wild they are. But anyways, I hope you learned a lot today. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're getting enough sleep. I hope your mental health is good. And until next time, I will see you then. Switch on the truck and I don't give a fuck. I just woke up in this world all fuck. There's a blue cat to meat and a fish with feet, and they just told me to get used to the freaks. Freaks to me, BT for free. They wiggle their knees, they get me cheese, they mean to me. I got to defeat the mastermind that did this to me. Man, ain't no way, but it's okay. This world looks fun, so I have a fun day. We get to school, move out my way. What kind of creatures women stay? Hey, the teacher's a monkey, the giant is sunny, and paper is funny. My toast is gloomy, flying above me, his cartoon is bubbly. 2D, 3D, 4D, geometry. Excuse me, I raised my hand, I gotta be a Richard B.